That's a great question. All the shaving profile and all that kind of stuff. I'm about the soldiers. Now, if the soldiers have a particular problem, which shaving is a problem, then I think the army actually is set up to take care of that problem. Um, but sometimes you have so many people who won't do the right thing and they're malingering, and some people don't have shaving profiles, and some people are seeking to you know skirt around the system. That's where the problem comes in. It's never a problem until you have people who are trying to really kind of circumvent the system. Now, as a Muslim chaplain, obviously, some 15 years ago, um, we actually, fought for the Muslim soldiers to have beards. And it was not a problem until it became a problem where people were now saying that they were Muslim, uh, or so called converting to Islam to wear the beard. And then a lot of them weren't going to the mosque. They weren't practicing their faith because they had no intention on practicing their faith. So again, it wasn't a problem until it's a problem. Now, you know, um, with the whole situation, it's like way out of hand. I mean, it's way out of hand. And I'm always for the soldier. But, we need to find a middle path here when you're talking about the beard because it's just way out of hand. It's way out of hand, to be honest with you. I love to sit down and have a round table discussion with leaders, which I have, discerning religious accommodation, but just with soldiers and find out a way forward. I'm a solution guy. As a young NCO, we were taught to solve things at the lowest level. And I see a lot of people on here coming to the internet. That's not really solving the issue. It's a way, but it's not the way because you're really just kind of, talking to the internet folks. You're not in the rooms where decisions are actually being made and where you actually could spell out. I know the PA probably could talk to leadership. That's great. But really, persons like, Black Unicorn, Master Sergeant Parker, folks like that, because I know everybody's tagging him in all the videos and I watch all his videos. A person like that, if I were him, which I'm not, I would really find a way to get on the Commanding General's calendar. I would find a way to get in office with people who are even higher than the Commanding General. I know that's going to take some courage, and I don't know Master Sergeant Parker like that. I've met him 3 or 4 times. Really intelligent person, in my estimation. But if I were him, then I would most certainly try to get in office and explain my point. And that, to me, that's a higher level of taking care of soldiers. When the beard came down for the religious accommodations, not to give away too much and not to tell you who we talked to, but I got on the calendar of some pretty important folks. And, I'm a young captain at the time, just switched over to from enlisted. But again, it could have ended my career because I'm sure I made some enemies out there. And not I'm sure, some people told me I made some enemies, but I had a detailed kind of report on why the Muslim soldiers should wear the beard and how it was attached in most respects or highly encouraged in our faith. 3, 4, 5, 6 times, people kind of pushed me off to the side, but I was persistent. It was something that I thought was necessary. And then I think 8 years in, we were allowed, the Muslim soldiers were allowed to wear beards. And if if you go to these commands around here, it doesn't matter what command I'm in Hawaii right now. I have, important people calling me from all over the Army, you know, talking about the religious accommodations for the Muslim soldiers wearing beards and what it should be. Is it real? Is it lawful? Is it just something they want to do? So on and so forth. Anyway, that's my take on it. It's an important issue. We can't blow it off, but emotions sometimes get the best of us, and I think it's a better way to do it. I'm not saying I have the only way. I have a way, okay? And so I think, there's a lot of ways to go about that. And I always see Latoya Green on there, who was a great spokesman for her cause. And then she got a petition. She went up to the Sergeant Major of the Army. I mean, what a great example of persistence, saying, hey, this is my issue, and I'm going to take it on. I'm going to tackle it, and I want to talk to the highest level folk. And obviously, she was successful in that type of change. That was a way. That's not the only way, but it was her way, and I think she did a phenomenal job on that. Anyway, it's lunchtime here in Hawaii, man. I'm going to get me some chow. So I hope I answered your question. Take care.